Just wait in the car. I couldn't help overhearing that remark. Now, what makes you boys think you can say these things about people you barely know? Look at yourselves. You're going after my grandson, just because one person said some horrible things about him.
That's bullshit. We've seen Paul go after a ton of students with our own eyes.
That doesn't sound at all like my grandson. You cockers are only following the crowd, just like the rest of them. And one day, you'll see what all that hatred and peer pressure will get you.
Well, I know I'm not gonna end up an old deadbeat like you, Grams.
Kids these days. No respect at all.
I can't believe those guys would disrespect their elders like that. God. Sometimes my generation really pisses me off.
That's not even the worst part. I actually thought everything would cool down during the Christmas break, but it didn't. People still shouted insults when they saw me, calling me a bully and all this other crap. They even threw eggs and tomatoes at our house during the night. When break was over and we went back to school, I reached my breaking point. I was totally fed up with all the BS and I had to do something. I had to make a stand. It was sometime in February. When
Are you okay, Paul? If this is too upsetting, you don't have to go on.
No, it's okay. I'll finish. So before school, I was in my room, thinking of different ways I could get back at Rufus and Harrison. And make them beg for mercy. They better get ready. Because after this, they'll both be dead meat. My grandfather drove me to school. And of course, I didn't tell him a single word about me wanting to get some payback.
As always, Cocker, survive. Don't let them win. We all love you.
I will. Thanks, Bompa. I faced the day with renewed energy. I refuse to let anyone's provocations get to me.
Hey, Paul. I hope you're still not bullying your little sister.
Yeah, whatever, pal. Go have sex with your dog. Even when Harrison tried to provoke me, I just smiled at him and walked away. Because I knew that later on, I'd get back at him. When school finally let out, I stood near the front looking for Harrison. I spotted him leaving the school, so I picked up my bag and began to follow him. During the whole walk, I imagined finding where Harrison lived, then throwing big rocks through the windows, and Harrison huddling in the corner, blubbering like a big wimp, while the rocks pelted him over and over. The thought was hilarious to me. I noticed that Harrison's walk home was much longer than it was when I followed Rufus. I found it kind of odd, but still, I kept going. I watched him as he went into a vacant lot behind an old closed-down restaurant. I was curious, so of course, I followed him.
I knew you would follow me in here. So predictable and naive you are.
You all been getting away with your shit for too long. I'm sick and tired of it. No more talk. No more games. Let's end this now.
Oh, we're gonna end it alright, midget. You lost. And believe me, this ass kicking will be even worse than what that coward Rufus let you get away with. Poor little Paul. Where is Bompa now? Where is Mommy and Daddy to report the mean old bullies? Don't worry. We will knock their baby out. But we will give him something to remember. Grab him. Both of you stay back. This little midget is mine. Alright, you little bitch. Let's see what other sissy moves you got.
and what followed was the most brutal fight of my entire life.
Man. I hope you at least weren't hurt too badly.
Well, for a while, I got in a few really good punches and kicks. But they weren't enough to stop Harrison. And soon, he had me on the ground. It was only a few seconds. But it felt like it went on forever. I took everything Harrison dished out. And while his fists were pounding into my body over and over again, all I could think about was my parents, my grandparents, Talia. How Rufus did me wrong. How Simon betrayed me. How nearly the whole school turned against me. I didn't even care about the pain. But thinking about those things was what got me through it all. And the next thing I knew, Harrison had finally stopped pounding me. He stood up and looked down at me with a smirk on his face. Even though I was all banged up, I saw that Harrison's guard was down, and I quickly took advantage of that. With the small amount of strength I had, I stood up, shoved Harrison to the ground as hard as I could, and took off running. I ran as far and as fast as I could, and I didn't dare look back. I was running purely on adrenaline, and I didn't know if Harrison and the others were chasing after me or not, but I didn't dwell on that. All I cared about was making it back home. Finally, I got to my house. I couldn't get to the front door fast enough. Mom, Dad, let me in. It's me.
Oh my God.
Paul, what happened?
Those guys. They beat me up.